Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our look at the sealed play mode in Magic 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers. Now if you're just coming in from the previous episode, I apologize, we hit a technical hiccup. So the video ended quite abruptly right about when I was naming my deck and choosing the box art for it. So apologize for that, but we're back and we're back in business here. So I've named my deck. I picked a deck box design. I'm pretty much ready to go. This video is going to be a bit shorter. We were just going to take my brand new sealed deck that we built in the last video, and we're going to take it into a single player match in the sealed play campaign mode. Let's get right down to it. I have not really made any further changes to my deck. I like the way it looks, and we're just gonna have to rely on unlocking some of those booster packs to add more cards into our pool and use those to tune our decks for future matches. So let's get into it right now. Here we are with the sealed deck campaign layout. Now normally I might test out my deck in this mode here, the Disturbing the Nest, and that would be really boring. The deck itself is not that fun to play against. They're just pumping out Suntail Hawks endlessly, trying to overwhelm you with birds. So I'm not gonna subject you to that. Instead, we're actually gonna just jump in the first match against Jace Beleren. Now, they do randomize the order in which you fight these Planeswalkers. So in my previous playthrough, I had Chandra as my first opponent, and then I forget who was second, and then I did have Goldmane as my third opponent. But for my final battle, I do remember fighting someone else. So you just sort of switch things around, which is kind of good. It's kind of good. Chandra was a tough nut to crack in my first playthrough, and I'm kind of glad she's second in line, because I have a feeling she'd also be a tough opponent this time around. So we're gonna face off against Jace right now, and our reward for beating him will be a booster pack containing another 15 cards for us to add into our deck if we so wish. Let's do this. Alright, here I am with my Bell Peppers deck. We will start duel. Let's take a look at our opening hand. It looks terrible. We have one land. It's the fetch land, Terramorphic Expanse. But we can do quite a bit better than this. I mean, it's not the worst hand I could get, but it's pretty bad. So let's draw a new hand. Okay, so it's a little bit better this time. We have a forest and a mountain. It's a good balance with, we have a two-color deck, so we got one land type each. Pardon me. We have two of these spiders. We have a rampant growth to pick up another land. We got a sliver. 2/2 haste creature, and we have our Brindlebore. We can sack this guy anytime to gain 4 life, and we basically have good first, second, and third plays. So let's go with this. All right, and it's my turn. So I'm just gonna put down the forest, and that will be my turn. So I've got this title here, Puppet Master, and you do unlock a bunch of these titles during the game. I guess it was on me to sort of go into the profile screen to change my title. I don't so much care about titles, and if I'm gonna have one displayed, I don't know if I like having a Puppet Master, but in any case, we can change that later. Put down a mountain. Our new card this turn was, it was just another land. Yeah, we basically got another forest. Alright, we're gonna put out the spider. We don't need to use this yet. Get our first creature on the board, on the battlefield. And we'll pass a turn. encountered Jace in my previous Seal Play campaign. He wasn't too difficult to get by. I was using my red and white, sort of more fast, aggressive weenies deck. I don't even know if I could call it weenies, but I was trying to go for that theme. So this is good. This is good. We have 3 mana out, 3 lands out. We can put out... Let's put out the Sliver, and we'll just attack right away with him. Sounds pretty good. I think Jace is in trouble. I have a good feeling about this game. Attack, alright. So, something I forgot to bring your attention to in the last video, I'm sure many of you noticed, and we're probably wondering why I didn't mention it, was this attack with all button, which is new to the series. And I would say it's handy, except when you only have 2 creatures like this, probably not that big of a deal. I got so used to just manually clicking my creatures to attack. But if you're doing a deck that spits out a lot of tokens, so you know, later on in the game you're gonna have 10 creatures, it's possible. Yeah, attack with all would be pretty handy. Okay, so Jace's got his first creature out. It's a Scroll Thief. So anytime this thing deals combat damage to me, Jace will get to draw a card, so it's not bad. So Jace is doing an all blue deck, and not too surprised that he's got a slow start because of that. Alright, so I put down my Terramorphic Expanse, and I'm going to sacrifice it right away to just grab another mountain. Now this mountain is going to come in tapped, unfortunately. But hey, we're up a land already. And it really helps out that, you know, because I didn't draw a land this turn. We can actually do more. But, let's see here. I might want to just come in with an attack. So he can block either my guys and be safe. So let's use attack with all, and we confirm. He's probably gonna attack my Sliver and then just take the 1 point of damage. Yeah. All right. Need to keep the pressure on. So I'm gonna put up my boar. So 2/2 pig. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. Normally it would just end a turn for me, but it doesn't in case I do want to sack the boar for some life. Come on, Jace, what do you got? Okay. Not too concerned about this. What this says to me is he's got nothing better to play this time. So he's just kind of laying the foundation for keeping me off his back, gaining life constantly as he casts his blue spells. So that's fine. The pressure is gonna rise very soon. So I might just cast this guy in the middle of combat to pump out one of my guys. All depends on how he blocks. Okay, so this is gonna cost me 4 mana. I'm not gonna be able to cast that and the Deadly Recluse this turn. Like I usually prefer to do, attack first. Okay. One thing that I'm not a huge fan of is having this attack with all right below the skip attack button. I don't know why they felt the need to place the buttons together so close to each other. And just having the buttons in this bottom left corner has been sort of their trademark, and not a huge fan of it. It's pretty much the only thing on the left side of the screen that you need to interact with. And then you have this dial, this HUD element at the bottom, which just tells you information. And then up above it, you have usually 1 or 2 buttons that show up. Much better to, I think, center it somewhere, put it to the right side, somewhere between your cards and your deck and graveyard. I don't know. It just seems bad to have the buttons over here on the left, and they're so close to each other. Like, once you skip, if you accidentally skip attack, there's no going back. So I haven't done that yet. Made a mistake of skipping attack when I wanted to attack, but I could see the potential for the screw up to happen. So attack with all. Then we're going to see what he does. Okay, we're gonna stop the timer. He's blocking my Sliver again. So we can just go in for 3 damage. But what I want to do is flash in my Briar Pack Alpha. And I want to pump up my Boar for some extra damage. And we'll get a Wolf on the battlefield. And yeah, that's it. That's my turn. I'm in a good spot. I have Jace pretty much on his heels, just playing defense. All he's doing is gaining a point of life now and then. I'm waiting for big play. And I think we have it. Bell Tower Sphinx. So it flies, it's a 2/5. And when it deals damage, whatever source deals damage to this guy, the Bell Tower Sphinx, that source's controller puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Okay, so it'll punish you for attacking, for hurting this guy. That's pretty nasty. Having cards that take cards out of your deck, your library, is pretty powerful in a limited environment since you only have a 40 card deck. So he can probably use that guy to block someone. He's gonna block the guy with probably the greatest power. He's gonna survive since he's huge at 5 toughness, and I have to discard, 2 to 3 cards. Probably he's gonna block this guy if I attack them. Alright, what to do? It's worth it. So normally I would wait until after combat to cast a creature, but this guy is gonna pump up my Blur Sliver that's already in play. And since he's also a Sliver, he'll be able to attack, because my Blur Sliver will give him haste. Will give, pardon me, this Predatory Sliver haste. So let's do it. Boom. I am in a good spot here. I don't care if I have to mill some cards from my deck. I'm just gonna go in and oops, that wouldn't be good. I almost skipped attack by right-clicking, bring up the mouse menu there. Attack with all. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so I thought for a second the Sphinx was going to block the Boar. It was actually blocking my Sliver here, which is smart since it's going to power down my Blur Sliver after combat. Probably would have been more careful about putting in this Predatory Sliver in for the attack, but I don't want Jace to get back in the game. He's gaining life every time he puts out a land or he casts a blue spell, so we'll let it ride. And what cards did I lose here? Oh, yeah, I would have liked to cast this. That would have been nice. It would have been a good way to kill the Sphinx, actually. Force him to block again. And this guy would have been nice too. Nice, strong guy, 5 power, 3 toughness. Okay, that's alright. My spiders are safe whenever they attack. They have Death Touch. I doubt he wants to sack his Sphinx or even his Scroll Thief here. And we're done. Passing the turn to Jace. He's down to 7 life, so one more big attack. He just gained another life, like putting out an island. He could attack with his Sphinx, but that's his main blocker. Oh no. Yeah, he finally put up a big creature. This guy's legitimately big. Okay, well, he's a defender at this point since he can't attack me. Oh wait, no, he can attack me. He does have 5 more islands, so it's not dependent on me having islands. That just affects the island walk. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to see another card besides another Rampant Growth. Alright. This changes things. I'm still going to attack, but it's gonna just have to be with my spiders, and I want to attack with both of them. If I attack with any of these other guys, I'll just be throwing them away. Is now the time to be cautious? Yeah, he's gonna get back into the game if I don't. You know, I am an aggressive player, so. Alright, so blockers have been assigned, so I still have a chance to respond to that. My Brindleboar is going to survive, so if he wasn't being blocked by this guy and maybe by the Sphinx or the Serpentier, I might have sacrificed my boar to gain the life, but since only the Scroll Thief is blocking him, I will continue. So only a melee 2 damage gets through. And I'm actually losing more cards because of that. Ugh. So I'm down attackers, I'm down creatures, so I really need to regroup. I grab a mountain. Okay, and I'll cast another Rampant Growth. Why not? No point being shy now. And this time I'll grab a forest. This one's nicer. Yes. I don't know. Will my deck have the finish necessary to put Jace away? He's gained another life. He is coming in with his big monstrosity, and I'm completely open. He gets to draw a card too. I'm down at 12 in just one turn, and all I got is a forest. Alright. We'll need a blocker to stay behind. I don't have enough to put him away. I can only take him down to 4 life. We'll need someone who can block a flyer to stay behind. And these 2 guys can swing in. Oops. Let's pass the phase first to combat. Yeah. Actually, I'm not too concerned about the Sphinx. I just needed someone to block Mr. Serpentier. That guy is trouble. And if I block him, I'll kill him. So this will be a deterrent, at the very least. Take it. Down to 5. And I've got nothing else to do, so. No cards in hand. I'm pretty much relying on drawing gold each turn. that's not good. Right before his turn, Jace flashes out these fairies. So you can really see the momentum shift in a typical game of Magic. Oh dear. Well, we know who we're gonna block. It's a no-brainer. We're still going to take 6 damage, and who knows? He might have something up his sleeve. He might have a card that bounces back his Serpent, and he might try to save him. Okay, turn to Frog. Target creature loses all abilities and becomes a 1/1 blue frog until end of turn. Okay, this is even worse. He's basically going to use this on my Spider, rendering him useless. So, well played. Well played, you bastard. So things are not looking good for me anymore. Yeah, this guy's just yet another body. So if you haven't noticed yet, you're taking your sealed deck into the sealed play campaign, but the other decks you're facing are not cards constructed from a random pool. They're not sealed play decks. There's no way that Jace here drew all these cards. This is my thinking, and if I recall correctly, when I played the campaign for the first time, none of the decks I played against looked like they were constructed from random cards. Ha! This is a little bit too late, I think. Too little, too late. Yeah, I still can't finish him. He's got a blocker to boot. We'll just play it out, but I'm pretty much done. This is my last turn, and there's really nothing I can do. Next turn, the most I could do is use my Spider to block his Serpent if he attacks with it. Or I might use him, if he doesn't attack with him, I'll use him to block one of the flyers. Then I'll use the board to block another attacker. And I'll probably use this guy to kill the attacker. Yeah, I could last for another turn. Let's see what happens. It's lights up for me if I attack this turn, so I'm just going to continue. Yeah, I'm not going to attack. That's suicide. Continue. Maritime Guard. 1/3, just a 1/3, nothing special. But the last thing I need is, another creature on the wrong side of the battlefield. Yeah, we've sort of switched positions compared to the early going in this match. He's now coming in with everything. So he might have another one of those Turn to Frog cards, and I'm just gonna have to let him play it. I have no answer for it. So who else can I kill? Well, all the ground-based guys are. You know what? I'm gonna get my Spider. Oops. I'm going to block this guy. Fairy Invaders, and I'll get my board to block the Serpent. And I'm going to... Oh, you know what? I am silly because for some reason I thought I was holding in my hand an instant. Yeah, I should have enchanted my boar last turn, so I am toast anyway. yeah, I really screwed up. So, wow, yeah. That was a really bad play, and now I am, just play it out. Watch Jace finish me. Yeah, I don't know if having my boar pumped up with the enchantment would have really saved me in the long run. It probably wouldn't have made too much of a difference. He's really got a serious advantage right now in terms of creatures out on the table and the life he's gaining, and yeah, he really just pulled ahead. Yeah, so he's just bouncing this guy back and recasting him to cover cards and to gain life. Look at this guy, he's already back to 14 life. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Is he going to just keep doing this? Yeah, it's almost like showing off at this point. Totally unnecessary to even gain that life, but hey. So, defeated. Unfortunately, you do not win anything when you are beaten. Another new little feature that it added is View Battlefield. So from the post-fight screen, you can click back and see the state of the table right before the game ended. And sometimes it's a nice way to admire your handiwork. Or if things are moving a bit too quickly, you can see how you might have died when you thought you were in a good position, perhaps. Good way to just kind of look back and see what happened in the final moments of the last turn. And from here, you can go back to the post-fight screen or endgame. Let's just go back here for a sec. So, yeah, so that should wrap up my look at the sealed deck campaign. I hope you had a lot of fun as I walked you through the various aspects of this feature. Again, it's a really solid feature. I think it's a big step in the right direction. Still a lot of polish, issues, and just general refinement that they're just gonna tweak, for future versions of the game. My hope is that they will continue putting the sealed play in this series. They have a habit of sort of trying things out, and then on the next one in the series they might take it out. If you could just quickly go into multiplayer, for example. In the past, they've had a mode called Planeswalk, and then the version before that they had another multiplayer mode called Arch Nemesis or Arch Enemy. So those modes are gone. I don't know what the fan feedback has been for those modes. Maybe they weren't very popular. Maybe people were just calling them to be removed. But now we have sealed play as a multiplayer mode, and that's something I will probably showcase in the next and final installment of this video series for Magic 2014. So until then, thanks very much for watching and for bearing with me as I dealt with some technical issues. And do leave comments at the bottom and let me know how things are going. Thanks again, and I will see you all next time.